39 days, 4 hours and 14 minutes. That is exactly how long it took a group of 4 friends to row across the Atlantic Ocean.
Their aim was to raise funds for James's Place, a centre for men dealing with anxiety and depression. It was named in memory of the brother of one of the crew who killed himself 10 years ago.
We're going to speak to Harry, his mum Claire, as well as the rest of the rowing team, Rory, Sam and Toby, in a moment. But first, let's have a quick look at the story of their journey.
Relief, delight, exhaustion, tears. A mix of emotions like no other, following a journey like no other. Before setting off on their 3,000-mile unaided row across the Atlantic, Rory, Toby, Sam and Harry explained why they were doing it.
10 years ago, my brother James passed away. He took his own life. And I've always wanted to do something in James's memory, and along came the challenge of rowing the Atlantic.
The journey from the Canary Islands to Antigua took just over 39 days. They were runners-up in the race, but they raised a record amount by a transatlantic rowing team. More than £500,000, which will fund a centre for men confronting anxiety, depression and suicide.
The messages that we got from people that saying that they've managed to sort of overcome some sort of depression or any issues like that, off the back of us pushing out this message and getting people to really sort of kick the stigma, that drove us faster and harder than anything else.
Well, they're all here now. James's mum, brother, Claire, Harry and friends, Rory, Sam and Toby, all here. Very good morning. Can I just check how we are? All the sores, all the aches and pains gone away?
They've all
Harry?
gone. Yeah, we're all back in fine shape now.
Yeah.
Because actually, what you've achieved, what you did, is one of the toughest sporting challenges in the world. Am I right in thinking more people have climbed Everest than done this?
I think there's also a stat that more people have gone into space as well, which is quite outstanding.
Claire, you must be very proud. And where were you whilst the challenge was taking place? Whereabouts were you?
I was attached to my phone, looking at the app, following their every single move. And actually, once they'd gone, it was better. It was the sort of anxiety leading up to their departure that was fairly intense.
All challenges are emotional, and physical, obviously, for you guys, but for you as a mum, very emotional. I imagine sort of mixed emotions as you're supporting these young men and thinking about your son.
Yes, when Harry broached the subject about 18 months ago, I said, something, forget it, Harry, that's not happening. And but the boys won me round, and I gave my wholehearted support. And I know it was absolutely for the right cause and for the right thing, and in James's memory. So I put myself behind it, and it was the most incredible moment of my life when they came in.
And also, you talk about raising money. We're raising money for a very specific thing, for a sanctuary, a place for people to go to and get help. What is that? How will that work?
Basically, when James died 10 years ago, he went looking for help in the days leading up to his death, and he didn't get the help he needed. And he was sent to A&E and was told to sit and wait. It's just the wrong environment. So I've always been thinking, what would have made the difference? What might have actually saved James's life? And I feel that a quiet, calm, peaceful, nurturing environment where men can feel comfortable and they won't be judged and respected, they'll be looked after, is the right plan.
I'm very keen that we don't ignore the guys at the back of the boat, as it were. Sam and Rory at the back there. How are you?
Very well.
Just tell us, this place that you're talking about, James's Place, there is a big issue around young men, particularly, not talking about their emotions and issues around mental health. I mean, that must be very at the forefront of your minds as you're doing the challenge.
Very much so. I mean, we are 4 guys in that moment of our lives where we are, we may be at risk. Unfortunately, it is an issue that affects so many young guys, and we felt that we've tried to kick the stigma as much as we can, but there's a long way to go.
A lot of times, after a huge trauma, people want to do something practical, don't they? They want to do something to help, and what you've done is something, you've gone out and done something really concrete and raised money. Does that bring some comfort? Does that bring some, some reassurance to you?
From my point of view, yeah, I think what is incredible about their campaign was that they did completely erase the stigma surrounding mental health issues and in particular suicide, which is obviously a very difficult subject. The following that they had was really all about what they were doing, and there was nothing dark or there was no sadness surrounding it. It was really positive. So I think we want to take that forward to James's Place as a very positive thing.
And Toby, some people we've interviewed a few people who've done daft adventures in the past, and often they get back and the first thing they start doing is planning the next one. Is there anything going on, or is that it for now? Have you done your bit?
For now, I think, yeah. I think sort of for the time being anyway, I think we'd all like to do something at some point in the future, but we couldn't try and replicate what we've just done. It was everything sort of more than just the row. It was a completely sort of emotional journey as well, with the charity in mind and James at the front of our minds. So to go out and try and do something again, it would need to be very different. But I think we'd probably all would like to do something in the future.
Lovely to see you all here today. Congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.